Hello, 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 and welcome to this live broadcast with yours truly, the Foreclosure Deals coach, Donny Coram. You may notice my background's a little bit different this morning, and the reason that is not because I'm traveling to some fancy exotic location, which I certainly wish was the case. However, if you are a local to Colorado Springs, you have probably already heard that there was a explosion in the downtown Colorado Springs area below the street. And I live in the center of downtown Colorado Springs, and it knocked out the power to my place and several businesses in about a 3 block radius in the area. If you go to downtown Colorado Springs right now, it is an absolute mess. There's a bunch of articles and news stuff out on there, so I won't bore you with the details of it, but suffice it to say that doing okay. Thankfully, my wife and I own an Airbnb just outside of the downtown area where we're located, so we're comfortable-ish. It's never the same as being in your own spot, but certainly making it work. But without any lack in what we do here, I want to make certain that you guys get the information that you need to continue your real estate investment journey right here in the Colorado Springs, Colorado market. So to that end, this show is a weekly meeting with my clients and I guess wannabe clients who want to discuss what's happening in the real estate market in real time. So this is a live broadcast. If you're watching this as a rebroadcast later, that's okay. Feel free to comment below. I'll get back to those comments. This gets published out to the YouTube channel, to my Facebook page, a lot of places where you might follow me. So do comment on this. Happy to discuss. Bottom line is, here at the Foreclosure Deals Coach Program, we help people to find, figure, fund, fix, and flip their first foreclosure deal. And when I say we, I mean it. Although I'm the face of the company in a lot of ways, my team is comprised of the best professionals in the real estate investment industry, from the acquisition process that we work daily to find great deals for my clientele, clients just like you who are buying into property and getting a great deal on the property, then remodeling the property, getting it sold, and making a minimum profit of $25,000 or more on their deals. My objective is to help 50 people this year in the Colorado Springs market to sign up with the program and do at least one deal. But the long-term objective of the program is to bring in those same 50 clients and then help them to do 3 to 4 deals a year consistently, again, netting that profit of $25,000. So this is a awesome opportunity for people out there like yourself who don't know exactly where to get started in the real estate investing market, but want to learn how to do it from an expert. Myself personally, I've done over 300 flips, mostly in the Colorado Springs real estate market. We also did a couple in Denver. We did a couple in Pueblo. So kind of up and down the front range, but definitely specializing right here in the local market. Because I've done so many deals, I've got access to the best wholesalers. So I got a lot of wholesaler relationships. If any of my wholesaler buddies are watching right now, thanks for all that you do for the team. We've got great access to funding right here in the local market, some private lenders who work here, some large national hard money lenders. We've got the best construction crews, and those systems are just dialing in right now, but we have access to all the trades that you're going to need to get the work done. And then I've got a top-notch agent on my team offering a very exclusive discount to my clients alone, who can now sell the property at a much lower cost and thus a much higher profit. All of this nets into a result of you getting the best deal out there and doing a deal in the local market. Today is a real estate history day. Now, this is not a day you're going to find on the calendar because most people are not real estate geeks like myself, but today's actually very historical. On September 14th of don't quote me on this now, 1960, all right, President Eisenhower signed the Real Estate Investment Trust Act. Now, just to explain that a little bit more, the Real Estate Investment Trust Act was basically an act that allowed the general consumer everyday stock traders, people who are investing in common stock in the market, to now invest in larger commercial or conglomerate projects, largely like what I do today. Although I'm not officially a REIT, real estate investment trust, we operate very similar to a REIT in the capacity that we're taking Joe Schmo wannabe investor, giving them the capital that they need, combining that capital in a lot of ways, in the sense that by having large scale buying volume, we can buy more deals, get better deals on construction, get better deals on sales, etc. So we're not combining the money internally, as it were, but overall, we are combining the ability for 50 people to buy deals in a local market, as opposed to 1 or 2 people buying deals in that same market. As such, this is a great historical day. You see, I'm a big fan. Everybody starts somewhere, okay? Unless you've got a golden spoon in your mouth right now and you were born into money, we all have to start somewhere in our investment journey. Well, this act in 1960 really allowed the common investor to get involved in commercial building and other residential development projects that previously were only available to people who already had a ton of money. So this is big, although again, we're very similar to that. We're not quite a REIT. What I love about this act, what I love about even mentioning this, is this really is where my heart is taking people who want to do this and have some financial means. I got to tell you, the real estate investing game does require some of your own capital. I want to stress that it's not as much as most people think. You don't need hundreds of thousands of dollars, but it's also not zero. We do have ways of helping people get their investment capital from down payment assistance programs through lines of credit with my investors who offer that. But in the end, you got to bring some financial fortitude to the table in order to do a fix and flip deal. If you've got a little bit of financial fortitude, we can leverage that, if you will, to get you into much larger amounts of money, allowing you to buy into real estate investments that in the past you would have needed cash or a mortgage to do. But when it comes to mortgage lending, getting a loan on the properties that we are generally working with is not doable for the common man. Okay, so it's a historical day where the power to the people was granted to people who wanted to invest in real estate but didn't have the financial means to do it. I feel like I'm kind of carrying that torch in a lot of ways, assisting wannabe outsiders to the real estate investor space and helping them to become profitable real estate investors. The point is, anybody, this means you, anybody can do this if they are committed to doing it. The reason why everybody doesn't do it is because it takes a little bit of money, but it takes a lot of know-how to get into a deal and get out of it profitably. I can tell you that statistics show that the average real estate investor, first-timer who's trying to do their first deal, loses money 80 to 85% of the time. Imagine that. You're putting your life savings in, something you've worked very hard to build up, and then 80 to 85% of the time you end up losing money on that deal, maybe losing your entire investment on the property. This is risky, right? So what I do in the coaching program is eliminate that risk. Obviously, there's still some degree of risk in doing any sort of investment. We have to have that disclaimer. But to be frank with you, if you buy a property right, the money is made when you buy, then the risk is mitigated to eliminated by buying it right, fixing it to market, and selling it where it needs to sell. Bottom line is anybody can do it. Anybody means you. And if you want to do this deal, slide into my DMs. Let's discuss how we can get you involved in the coaching program. Quick shout out to my newest coaching client. If you're watching today, Brian. Brian, thank you for joining. It was a pleasure to meet you. It's funny where I meet clients. In this case, I was at the Run the Jewels concert. Run the Jewels and Wu-Tang Clan's long story, but I was at a concert and Brian and I were sitting together. We got to talking about real estate, and now he's a client of the program. So I literally meet people everywhere, discuss what I do. And the funny thing about it is pretty much everybody wants to go into real estate investing. Why doesn't everybody do it? Well, listen, I get it. Right now, if you don't know me personally, I'm a talking head on a screen, right? Does it make sense to invest money with somebody you just met? I would say no. The key is to we spend about 45 minutes on a phone call, a Zoom call in this case. I will go over the program with you in copious detail, how we find, figure, fund, fix and flip deals for clients each and every single day. And if it makes sense for your financial situation, then and only then do we agree to move forward together and do a deal. And if it doesn't, and I can tell you, about 20% of the time, I'd say 4 to 5 people that I chat with are good quality contacts for the program and end up signing up. And then there's a percentage of them that it's just not the right fit. They don't have the ability financially to do the deal. And in those situations, I absolutely tell you about that. I don't want anybody in my program who cannot successfully do a deal. Again, this is for anybody who wants to do it, has the financial means to do it, and honestly can pull the trigger. Okay. I can't kid you and tell you that the reason why most people, even coaching clients who have signed up for the program, haven't done deals right out of the gate is they just have fear of stepping forward. And that's okay. To be honest, the biggest step was hiring the coaching. Right. So at some point, we're going to help them to overcome that fear. We're going to find the right deal for them. We're going to get done. Most of my clients are confident enough when they first walk in because they know they got the right guidance and they can just move forward and do a deal, usually within the first 90 days. A lot of them in the first 60 days. And I've got a couple of clients who bought houses within 48 hours of signing up with me as their coach. Okay. It's rare, but it does happen. The reality is the limitations that you have on real estate investing are largely, if not 100%, internal. And I can help you through that internal conflict, allow you to understand that it really is making money when you buy. And as long as you buy it right, you've got very little risk involved. Okay. However, along the way, there's going to be some issues. Everybody encounters some kind of struggles with their flip. Honestly, guys, if this was supposed to be easy, everybody would do it. The reality is there is a level of complication to every deal. Some deals are more complicated than others. Some deals we just kind of sail through. But in every case, I mean every case, there's some kind of struggle you're going to encounter in making money through investing in real estate. So why do it? Well, because when you look at the return on investment versus the time you have to invest into a real estate flip, it is miles ahead of what you're generally going to make in the stock market. It is miles ahead of what you're going to make investing in a small business like a pizza shop or something like that. And you're generally going to recover your capital within 90 to 120 days. All the money that you put in, you'll recover plus profit, usually within 3 to 4 months. So as compared to other business ventures, real estate investing makes more sense for most people in the short term. So this is what I help people to do. And in the long term, you also learn how to build a portfolio of rental property that can provide you that smaller passive income that will ultimately retire you in the end. But when you're getting started, what I'm looking for is to help you get through that elusive first deal. The first deal jitters are the hardest part of this. And think about this. Anytime you start something, the first time you do it, it's a little scary, right? So you've got a choice. You can figure out that fear on your own. You can just push through, go out there and do a deal. I can tell you, I have met a lot of successful investors who push through that first deal on their own, sometimes with mentorship, a lot of times without. I have met a lot of success stories, and you certainly can do it. Or you can hire a professional business coach who can help you through the process, which much lower risk, giving you the confidence and courage you need to make sure you get that first deal. My clients have one thing in common. They are all at some point going to do a deal. Okay. Most already have, but all of them are going to, and that's because they paid me to coach them through it. And I'll let you know right now, I am relentless. Okay. When it comes down to what it's going to take to make sure the people who invest in me and my program actually see the success that I'm promising, there are no stops to what I will pull to make certain that is the result, because I understand, as any successful business person does, that by helping people get what they want, I will get what I want. So what do I want? Well, I'd like to have a successful group of clients who are all doing deals consistently, a couple hundred a year coming through my system. I make a little bit of profit on each and every deal that I do. So by doing that, I get a lot more done. Good morning, Facebook user. Thank you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate having you on the show today. Thank you for your comment. getting back to it, I want to see people successful who are also saying, man, that Donny guy really helped me to obtain the success that I was looking for. Okay. That's ultimately what I'm trying to build. And I am so excited by the team that I've created, because when you look at the volume of deals, where we're talking about a couple of hundred of deals per year, I really had to create a system and a team of people who could help me through that. I'm only one guy, and being in 200 deals simultaneously, or even, that's about 16, 17 a month, is overwhelming. At my peak, and this was with a team, including my wife, we were doing 4 to 5 a month. And that's when we were really running. And I can tell you that was uber stressful. What I learned from that is I don't really want to do that many deals by myself. But by dividing this, much like the REIT concept, kind of looping all this back together, much like what Eisenhower allowed the REIT concept to do, dividing and conquering, I believe I am creating the most useful system and process available in the real estate market today to invest in single family residences in the Colorado Springs market. And we are, as a group, going to be able to do a couple of hundred of deals in this marketplace. I would love, absolutely love, to have you become a part of it. It's a limited time opportunity though, okay? Shooting straight with you here. At some point, we're gonna hit market saturation. We've got about 25, 26 clients in the program right now. I wanna get to 50, and then we're gonna see what the scalability is. The limitation is really gonna be that I wanna make sure that we can do enough deals. I don't believe the law of scarcity. I totally believe there are enough deals to go around, but to properly service my clients, I'm gonna be closing the door on this opportunity, at least in the local market, at 50 clients. Now, that's not to say we're stopping here, okay? I want to let you know that one of my desires, and I'm sharing a lot of my goals here, is to get to a warmer climate during the winter months. I've lived here for quite some time here in Colorado Springs, Colorado, went to Liberty High School, go Lancers, class of 95. So I've been here a long time, and I love this place in the summer, spring, and fall seasons. However, we get to winter, not my favorite place. So really looking to get to a warmer climate. We're evaluating some locations in the Florida market, Arizona, a couple other places to duplicate this system. And the clients that I have here are invited to come along with me on the deals. Maybe not physically, unless you want to move down there with me. But my goal is going to be to bounce around a little bit and evaluate other markets. Ultimately, Colorado Springs being the hub, but allowing me to operate in multiple cities at multiple times. And this is not exclusive. The REIT concept, this is happening with private investors all across the country. It's just that in the case of the REIT, most of the larger REITs are offering fixed returns to their investors. So if you put money into a REIT right now, you can hope to make 6 to 8%. Maybe you get a dividend on top of that. It's not a bad return, but it pales in comparison to investing $40,000 to $50,000 into your own flip. This is a flip that you buy in your corporate identity, and then my team helps you to fix it up and sell it with a minimum profit of $25,000. So we're talking a cash on cash return on one deal of 50% annualized. But if you continue to do it, which is the objective, and you get to the desired 3 to 4 per year that I'm hoping to get my best clients to, then you are now going to be annualizing a 200% cash on cash return while you maintain whatever your source of income is by day. So if you've already got a day job that pays pretty well that you like, right? You can maintain that income and still produce a 200% cash on cash annualized return in your investment. How many investments do you know can do that consistently? The answer is very few, if none, but my system can do it. Of course, there are no guarantees, and I don't sit before you and tell you that every deal that we pick is going to be a winner, that every deal is going to get fixed exactly on schedule, but rather I will let you know that the more that we do, the better the system is getting, the more dialed in it's getting, and the better the results we're getting for the clientele. Like anything, it's going to get better as it grows. So get involved today, because I promise you, this is going to be the most game-changing system ever available in real estate investing. It's already happening. We're already getting results. I brag on my clients each and every single week, and this is not going to be any exception. I want to show you a quick tab here. that on a deal we just got done. We're closing, I believe, tomorrow on this deal, on the Auburn deal. So we're going to hop into that. If you've tuned into previous shows, you've already seen this, but that's okay. We're closing now. So I'm going to bring it fresh into your mind here. But here we are, 1719 Auburn Drive in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Now this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,400 square foot property. And I'll let you know that we picked this up for the client at $295. Okay, we've got about $45,000 in the remodel, give or take. It went under contract for $412 minus a $12,000 concession. The buyer wanted this house so bad, but they had to get their closing costs paid, that they went over asking price, which, although was super common about a year ago, is very rare now. What's even more rare is that this thing actually appraised at the desired $412,000 to cover the concessions. So my client was able to net $400,000 on the deal. I will add that when we bought the deal, our estimate, because I always estimate a little low on what we're going to get for the remodel, because I want to be conservative. Obviously, if we do better than the conservative number, you're going to be all the happier with the performance of the program. So we guesstimated this to come in at 385, 390 maybe, and still managed to clear 400,000 net after closing cost concessions to the client, which is going to result in a profit of about $50,000 on this deal. Okay, so this is far in advance, obviously, of what we're offering, which is $25,000. But again, we offer conservative numbers. We walk through the flip on this. What I love about this particular deal is the client, Charles, is actually based in California. Okay, he flew out here to see the property briefly, but ultimately this entire process was managed remotely, which is to say that you don't have to be that involved in your remodel for this to be a success. Okay, it obviously helps the more you're involved, the more we can move things along. But I've really got this system designed that if you just want to let us walk through the flip with you while you learn about the flipping process, that's what you're really investing in, is a system that's going to do a lot of the work with you and for you wherever you happen to be located. So the net result is a property that's easy to sell, sells quickly, and results in a profit. Okay, can't guarantee anything. This is investing. What we can do is say that the system is very dialed in, and the more clients that we bring into it, the better it's getting, the more money our clients are going to make. I certainly hope that you're watching this and you're motivated, you're incentivized, you want to do this yourself. Once the doors were opened way back in 1960, now anybody, people just like you, can join into a real estate investment trust or join into a program like this and get involved in real estate investing and start making real money in this market. This is a great market to invest in. We've got all the defense contractors coming into town with the recent Space Force announcement staying here. A lot of that's going to change the real estate market entirely. And I live downtown, obviously, displaced right now, but these are the woes of a big city. This is a sign of the overall growth of a city. When you have, stuff like this going wrong, you don't enjoy it. But listen, when you're living in a big city, you're going to have problems like this. That's just the nature of the beast, right? So knowing that we are growing, knowing that it's happening in real time and not investing in it, guys, I think it's just silly. And I would love to chat with you and see if real estate investing can make up a small part, if not a large part, of your portfolio. I'd be honored to be your mentor and coach through your first deal and beyond. So with that, we're at our 20-minute mark. I know the weather is kind of winding down as we head into fall right now. So a lot of people are out enjoying that, and that's awesome. Listen, if you'd like to meet up, give you a couple of options here. Number one, on Wednesday evenings, I'm at Bell Brothers Brewing, located in the downtown Colorado Springs area. It was closed this week because of the power outage, but generally speaking, Wednesday evenings at 5:30. Love to meet you down there face to face. We can shake hands, discuss your investment journey, see if you're a good fit for the program, etc. Right here on Thursdays. Right now, I'm live, so you can hop on here, ask any questions you have about the program. And coming up in about a week, we're going to be doing a live webinar where I'm really going to introduce you to my entire team so you can see how the process unfurls from the people who are actually doing it. What I love about this program is I'm setting it up so it's scalable. So once you're in the program, I can hand you to a top-notch team of experts, and I consult with them and you simultaneously to make sure the flow stays on schedule. You're getting the service that you need to get a successful result. And again, we're just getting better each and every single week. I am so excited about the team I've assembled and excited to introduce you to them. Stay tuned for that. We're going to be announcing the official date the next day or two for the live webinar that we're going to be doing for that. That's going to be absolutely awesome. So please stay tuned for that. With that, guys, this is Donny Coram, your foreclosure deals coach. I want to thank you guys for tuning in each and every single week to the Foreclosure Deals Coach live Q&A right here, wherever you get your media. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And I want to remind you now and always, don't buy a house, buy a deal.